I begin with my birth, a fine place to begin. When I first landed here with a bump and a spin, I came on a huge wave as it crashed to the shore, arrived here on Earth from the great ocean floor. A clump of wet sand, nothing more, nothing less. I felt scared and alone as the ocean regressed. Just showed up with a splat, not at all as I planned, dismissed from the sea with a wave of its hand. Good luck, little clump. Make the most of your stay. You'll return to us soon. Your life's only one day. One day? That was all? But I don't understand. That's as long as you'll live, said the sea to the sand. One day seemed too little, too short, much too brief, but the sea only smiled as it rushed past the reef. In the dark of the beach, I let out a faint cry. One day? That was all? But there came no reply. So I sat in the dark where my life had begun, and I watched the great sea as it birthed forth the sun. Oh my goodness, my golly, gee whiz, what a sight. With one wink of the sun, there was no longer night. I had danced with the starfish, I had swum with the shark, but never had I seen the sun banish the dark. I felt in that moment my whole body exhale. This sight held more weight than a great spotted whale. I bathed in its beauty, its warmth was so grand, and that's when I felt it, the first child's hand. Like a small school of fish, they all fluttered about. Let's make a sandcastle, I heard one of them shout. I was lifted and held and then molded and shaped. With their shovels and pails, I was primped and landscaped. Encrusted with fan shelves and dressed with sea glass, they drizzled and patted till their castle was cast. Stepping back, they admired all the work they had done as I stood in the warmth of the mid-morning sun. From out of their bucket, filled with water inside, reflected to me a sight so dignified. Surrounded by love and praise and attention, my small clump of sand had a whole new dimension. I could barely believe the water's reflection. Since the sea never lies, I gave no objection. My shape was so regal, my structure so splendid. My eyes filled with tears as my spirit ascended. Look, Mama, look, Papa, all the little ones yelled. My heart was aglow as the sea softly swelled. Of all the sea creatures in the vast and deep seas, I had not ever once seen a something like me. In reverence, I took in this new suit that I wore. I was dressed up first class, from my peaks to my floor. Then from out of the distance, there came a strange chime. The children all froze, and one screamed out, "Lunchtime!" They dropped all their shovels and started to run, leaving me all alone in the afternoon sun. Alone in my greatness, without worry or fret, I'd arrived. I was grand. I was brilliantly set. There were folks to impress. There were things to be done, sights to be seen, contests to be won. So I stood there believing my footing secure, when from out of the blue came a wave from the shore. Then a shifting of sand and one strong gust of wind. My roof started to slide as my walls slowly thinned. My goodness, good golly, it all happened so fast. My whole front was blasted with one mighty sandblast. I blinked the salt water away from my eyes. I looked out to the sea, and to my surprise, what I saw seemed so scary, so massive, intense. I wish that the children had built me a fence. With each wave of water and each gust of air, my beauty was fading, my walls became bare. Come home, called the sea, come to my embrace. No, please no, I called out. My heart started to race. I'm so happy here, I don't wish to go. But my plea got swept up in the strong undertow. As a huge ocean wave pulled me back to the sea, a strange cry filled the air. It was coming from me. All my parts were dispersed, all my hinges unhinged. I felt torn and confused, violated, infringed. Then the sea whispered, "It's okay, just let go. Relax in the peace of life's ebb and life's flow." Peace came like a prayer that was thoughtful and tender. I let go in the love, and I learned to surrender. And then I felt freedom. All around me was song. I swirled in the bliss of no right, no wrong. My heart filled with gladness, for it seemed I survived. In truth, I discovered I was still so alive. Immersed in such beauty, in such love and such light, my fears quickly faded, replaced with delight. In this ocean of love, I live happy and free. Not just a sandcastle, I'm the entire sea. Thank you.